Sith Apple. Welcome to the stream, baby. Must Vulcan salute medium light skin tone.
Oh, yo, welcome, 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 welcome. And it's good to see you here tonight. It is good to see. See he's here. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but there we go. Ding, ding, ding. Let's get into it. All right, so watched Money in the Bank last night. That's what this topic, hot topic of conversation is here for tonight. Money in the Bank, as you can see over here, over there. There it is. There it is. Yes. All right. So, first match on the card was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Let's see if I can't pull that up here. One second. And yes. Okay. All right. Let's see. Should be able to pull this up. Right about here. And now I shall pull up our results.
Nightbot. Welcome to
Nightbot.
the stream,
Welcome,
baby.
welcome, welcome.
Epic. Codename _ Musty. 99 Midnight Gamer. Welcome to the stream, baby. Hi.
Hello, Midnight. How you doing? Oh, it's gonna work too well.
Streamlabs
I was going to
Welcome
work
to
too
the
well for
stream,
pulling up stuff
baby.
anyway. That might
Midnight
be an
call me hand
episode 2.
medium light skin tone.
Episode 2 kind of thing. So anyway, takeaway from the first match, Drew McIntyre ended up winning the men's Money in the Bank. Was the first match of the night. It was a pretty good match. I'd probably give it a B minus. It wasn't terrible, but it could have had could have been some more spots in that match that could have been like a wow factor moments. Andrade, a sunset flip power bomb off the top of the ladder. Who did he hit with that? Shit. I can't recall who it was that he did that, but that was probably the highlight, I would say, of the men's side of the Money in the Bank ladder match. And as he as he also claimed and guaranteed that he would win the Money in the Bank, and he did. He also guaranteed that he would cash it in. We'll get to that a little bit later in the podcast here. So step 1 was success. Like you say, he happened to win the Money in the Bank. LA Knight, Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, and who was the last guy? Why am I drawing a blank on that? Chad Gable. Yeah, that's why. Because he's Chad Gable. That's why. Because it's Chad Gable. Anyway, he had a pretty good spot as well. Gable did, where he had like the kind of Jeff Hardy moment where he was hanging off the briefcase from high above the ring with to the dangle. You know what I mean? So that was a pretty good moment as well. All in all, though, B minus for the first match. Definitely gonna have to pull up. It was a little quick getting it going tonight, but I'm gonna definitely have to have a graphic showing like at least like the head-to-head kind of matchups with each person. It's a work in progress. It's my first time as well, right? It's my first time on here, so like I say, it's a work in progress. It'll get better as it comes. Carmelo Hayes, that was who it was that received the sunset flip power bomb there off the ladder, as well as the Spanish fly. Yes, that's right. The Spanish fly from the middle rope. That was quite the maneuver that Andrade pulled off. So kudos to Andrade. I would say he stole the show from the men's Money in the Bank. Definitely, I would definitely say he stole that match for sure. Match number 2 was the Intercontinental Championship, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. Again, another quality match. Trying to see what they gave it a rating on here. Does it say? No, it doesn't say a rating. There was good moments in that match. There was good moments. Braun is definitely an up-and-coming superstar with all his background, with his uncle and his father, the Steiner brothers. You know, what more can you say, right? He's got just like a plethora of knowledge there, right? So he came in as a hot ticket, pretty much. You know what I mean? So only way is up for him. With that being said, he did lose to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn did defeat him, and it was kind of a little bit of a lackluster finish. I would have had him probably kick out of the haluva kick. That's just me, but hey, didn't happen that way. Yeah, I don't think I got much to say much more to say about that. The Sami Zayn thing, although it's, kudos for Sami Zayn. I think that's getting a little bit kind of like the roads thing. The well starting to dry up a little bit there, right? The well starting to dry up just a touch. So I think moving forward, they should look to, now that he's solidified himself as, the underdog that always gets it done, right? So now moving forward, I think they could do something with maybe even Braun, trying to get him, a title, get him a little bit more notoriety on the roster. I could definitely see that happening. Maybe at the next PLE, which would be the Bad Blood, which they're bringing back. It hasn't been, I think they said 20 years, maybe? Something like that, 13, 20 years, something along those lines since the last time they had the Bad Blood pay-per-view. So that'll be interesting to see. That in October, I believe it is. So yeah, there might be one before that actually. Actually, I think we're looking at SummerSlam might be our next PLE. And if that's the case, that should be a good one. Definitely. All right, match number 3, the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins. Again, storyline for the match, kind of lackluster. The Judgment Day, although that whole storyline that's going on with the Judgment Day is kind of amusing, it's more on the Dominic and Liv Morgan kind of side of it. That is comedy gold. That is going quite good, actually. But as far as the whole Damian Priest don't need the Judgment Day and like the stipulation, the whole thing, that was kind of, it was just kind of forced. I think it was kind of forced. On the microphone, he's not quite there yet. He's getting close, but he's not quite there yet. He does stumble quite a bit. Priest, that's what I'm referring to. So until he's completely there, I think he more or less needs something like the Bloodline, you know what I mean? Or with the Judgment Day. It kind of keeps relevancy, to what he's doing. But as far as the match went, kind of lackluster. Rollins did do pretty well. Priest just kind of looks awkward in there, The last PLE, at the castle there, he almost broke his leg jumping off the top rope there. Just little slips and little things like
reef
that.
#hashdabs. Welcome to the stream,
doesn't really bode well for his performance and for his cred, So with that being said, decent match. I'd probably give it a C. It wasn't like absolutely terrible, but it wasn't great. Now, moments in the match that were actually really bad. The
Charlie sees all.
The somewhat of
Welcome
a cash-in moment.
Baby.
The moment just before Drew decided to come down, his music hit, come down, cash in the Money in the Bank. There was a complete botch by both, I would say, Priest and the referee. And I really wish they would get away with this, because obviously there's spots.
New, you know what to do.
And this one was one where I could tell this was 100%
easy, baby. Call me medium light skin
a played out and a spot, because what had happened was the referee called it a 2 count when there was absolutely no motion to kick out, no nothing, absolutely nothing. He could have counted to 7 if he wanted to. He realistically, his shoulders were definitely down for at least a 5, 6, 7 count. So with that being said, there, just sloppy, very, very sloppy.
Epic. Codename _musty.
And then shortly, like within seconds after the 2 count, Drew's music hit. He come out, cash in the Money in the Bank contract, and then it turned that match into a triple threat match. Now,
Seth's shoulders were down. Anthony Blaze _
was it Seth? Was
Welcome
it Seth
to
that
the
was
Stream
down?
Baby. King
I
of
can't
the
remember.
Musty.
I can't remember which way it
Support
was.
codename
But it was a 2
musty
count,
_cheese
and it was
_farts by purchasing
100%.
some merch.
100%.
All merch purchases include an alert. https://streamlabs.com/
The ref just stopped counting. Let's
_cheese
just be flat out and honest about
merch.
it. The ref just stopped
Ref
counting.
counted 3 as well. Check out the OTF One True Family merch. Call me hand medium light skin tone. https://
whether his hand hit for 3 or not. I wish I could pull it up. I probably can't pull it up.
No, Damien was down.
It was Damien that was down. So
originally it was Damian Priest 1-on-1 with Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title.
And
that's when Drew came in and inconvenienced himself.
Yeah. We know. Yes. So anyway, this is my opinions on the match. As far as that spot goes, obviously, like I said, that was a planned out spot. The referee knew about that spot,
Christina Payne.
That's why it went that way.
Welcome to the stream, baby.
I think that the referee shouldn't have
waving.
known anything about that.
LOL.
And if his shoulders were down,
know, LOL.
His shoulders were down. Like, count to 3, move on. On the fly. But the fact that obviously Damien was supposed to win this match, clearly, because the outcome was that Damien did win the match. It doesn't play out well on live, on live air, really. Like I said, there should be kind of factors in play, and who do we want to blame that on? Do we want to blame Damien? Do we want to blame that on the referee? I wouldn't blame it on the referee. The referee, he get the brunt of it because he's calling a 2 count when clearly he either hit his hand for a 3,
unless CM Punk showed up late, so they decided to change it. He
could have done all kinds of different things. See, with that, even if that is the case, if they were working around what CM Punk was, his availability to come on out and interfere in the match. Very sloppy, very, very sloppy all around. Sloppy on Damian Priest's part, sloppy on the referee's part, and just on the booking in general. Very, very sloppy. I would say that would be, out of all the matches, that was the one that kind of stood out as the sort of sore thumb of the event kind of thing. Like, it just didn't sit well with me. I've said this before. I'll say it again. One of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to wrestling is either, like instances like that where they don't count out and they don't kick out and it plays out, weird kind of things happen. That, or when the wrestler's shoulders aren't on the mat, but the three count still gets counted. Actually, there was a video package for Gunther, his King of the Ring win video package.
It was a
and when they were
sweaty
showing
match.
that,
I liked Money in the Bank.
They showed
I liked the whole show until John Cena told us
the
he was
finals
going
against
to retire.
Randy Orton, and when he pinned Randy Orton in the finals, Randy Orton's shoulders were nowhere near the mat. Nowhere near the mat. To me, that is very sloppy. Very sloppy. Plain and simple, something like that where it's a finish, the referee should be the one who interprets, you can work on the fly, just because you hit the finish and it's supposed to be a 1, 2, 3 or what have you, switch it up. His shoulder down, that's the rules. The rules are plain and simple. So to me, Gunther shouldn't be king of the ring right now. Let's just throw that out there. He didn't beat Randy Orton. His shoulders were up. Let's just throw that out there. So with that being said, that's two instances in the last, how many? Like in the last couple of, it's been, I think, what, the last 3 PLEs now? And 2 instances like that. Now, I mean, it is just kind of like a human error. It can happen. But like I said, there should be things in place. So, and the referee should kind of be your referee, in my mind, should kind of be the quarterback for the match. If things go wrong either way, or if you know what I mean, the referee should be there to help. And why the hell not, right? Give him that knowledge. Just tell him. Make it easy. Make it a hell of a lot easier for people, right? That's just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it how you want. And so, yeah, CM Punk did interfere in the match. A little bit of redemption for what happened in Chicago with Drew McIntyre attacking him in his hometown. That storyline there is heating up quite a bit. I think that one is going to play out potentially. Maybe Bad Blood might have something. I don't think SummerSlam is early enough for Punk to come back. Maybe Bad Blood, maybe. And it's named accordingly, you know, with the bad blood between the two of them. So I think that could play out fairly well in the future. On a little side note, Seth Rollins kind of got screwed over there for not being able to compete. So it was kind of just like accidentally on purpose, I guess. But CM Punk interference allowed Damian Priest to get the win, which also means now that Seth Rollins will not be eligible to challenge for the World Heavyweight title as long as Damian Priest holds that World Heavyweight title. So that could segue into rivalry with Punk as well. There's still kind of something there with Drew as well. You know, it could be a
Bad
triple
Blood
threat
in
sort of
October.
thing. Bad Blood is in October, so that's what I'm talking about, right? CM Punk still has a little bit of recoup time left, so I don't think August is going to be a play. I think August is SummerSlam. Could be wrong on that. So October, you know, sounds about right to me.
CZG, did you go to Money in Bank Live last night since it was in Canada, or did you watch it on TV at home?
I watched
Christopher
it on
Games
TV.
Cox,
One, I had to
YouTube,
work, and
1231K.
two, I don't live in Toronto. I live very far
Welcome to
away
the
from
stream,
Toronto.
baby.
Couldn't afford to get there, let alone
Hi.
the ticket. So maybe someday, maybe one day. And I've been to local stuff, and I plan on eventually with the podcast here doing some local stuff as well. Getting out to the was it Grand Prix or is it
https://
It used to be Grand Prix back in the day. I think they changed the name.
www.youtube.com/live/eqbh question mark c equals sign uuglJLKGXQSIDKSR. October 5th is Bad Blood.
What was that hell? What did it just say? Oh, it was a link. Ah, got you. Got you, Chris. I don't think you can post links. But anywho, now on to the women's Money in the Bank match, the women's bank ladder match. This one was a lot better than the men's, in my opinion, as far as spots. Now, the absolute best spot of the match was the Io Sky and Zoe Stark. I don't even know what you'd want to call it. Some kind of maneuver. Zoe Stark
XTR 3M3 God
got the brunt end
Welcome
of
to the
it,
stream, baby.
and onto the ladder, off top of the ladder, onto the ladder, and it was quite the bump. Let me just say, it looked like it hurt 5 ways to Sunday, and I'm sure it did. There's no ifs, ands, or but about it. I don't know how you bounce and spring off a ladder shoulder first without hurting yourself. If you can, I mean, kudos to you, because that looked like absolute devastation. Um, yeah, I don't know how she's even getting out of bed today. Maybe she didn't. It's hard to say. Uh, but all in all, it was a good match. Tiffany came away with the win. I kind of seen that coming. I did kind of see that coming with the whole Tiffany and Nia Jax befriending each other sort of thing. I kind of see them taking over in like sort of a "we're coming for you, Bailey" sort of way. You know what I mean? Um, and it could play out eventually that it's like a double cross. Help you get the title, being Tiffany help Nia Jax to win the title, and then kind of like a kind of screw you over sort of thing. Maybe it's a cash in at SummerSlam. Like she's there as her major slash ally and decides to cash in. Hard to say. It could play out that way. It's hard to say because I think this time around, I believe that they are going to try to keep the women's Money in the Bank. Obviously, Drew cashed in his contract already. That's null and void now, so we don't have a men's Money in the Bank to come out with the briefcase and whatnot on Monday Night Raws and stuff. So I think they're going to keep Tiffany for a while, potentially, with the Money in the Bank briefcase, just to kind of have that on TV and whatnot. That's my opinion with that. Um, it could play out different. It could play out different, but I see it being maybe a long briefcase hold. Main event. All right, on to the main event of the evening: the Bloodline versus Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens in a six-man tag match. So this the
Dang.
reincarnation of that.
Missed first part.
Yeah, sorry, Extreme. Yeah, you can scroll it back a little bit if you want. We've only been going for a bit now, about half an hour. I think we're just gonna maybe do this, every time there's maybe a PLE. I might do it after the PLE, just kind of give you my thoughts and stuff like that. Eventually, we might get some people on here to talk about things and stuff like that. I'm also gonna have some visuals somewhere at one point of like, it's gonna be like say it's Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. You'll see the head-to-head thing, whatnot, and then we'll talk about it. And maybe some pictures of the in match because I can't show you any video. Obviously, I'll get shut down. But that's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. So yes, on to the Bloodline. Like I was saying, the reincarnated Bloodline. With Solo Sikoa as the tribal chief, Jacob Fatu as the enforcer. We got Tamatonga is the MTF, is it? And Tongaloa is just kind of there, I guess. But he wasn't in the match. Tongaloa was at ringside for the match. It was a pretty good match. Kevin Owens was very physical and very intense. His entrance was really good, really good. His mother is in the hospital as well. That played like a factor in it, and I'm sure. But as far as his performance went, very physical and very intense, and made you kind of cheer for him, right? And that's what we wanted, right? So kudos to him. Again, Cody. As much as I hate to say it, the well's drying up there. I'm getting a little too. It's kind of like when once upon a time when they tried to just shove John Cena down everybody's throat. It's kind of feeling that way. Not that I don't want to like Cody Rhodes. I just feel like he's being shoved down, and like that, you don't really necessarily want that. I'd like to see him have a little more edge to his character. You know, like he doesn't need to be a heel, but a little bit more edge, especially with this whole bloodline thing going on. Like more Mr. Nice Guy deal. You know, like I wouldn't mind seeing Cody Rhodes just obliterate Solo with a steel chair. I would cheer. I would absolutely love that. You know, stuff like that. Not just playing to the crowd and playing the ultimate baby face, because that is one. It's very hard to do. Like, I mean, when you think about it, you look at the ultimate baby faces. What do we got? We got Hulk Hogan. Um, that was a different time, a different era for wrestling, and we got John Cena. But look how that turned out for him, right? He got to a point where he was still the baby face, and everybody hated him. Everybody was booing him. So we're kind of getting to there with Cody Rhodes, to the point where everybody's just kind of like, enough is enough, and we've had enough of this Cody Rhodes shoved down our throats sort of thing. So he didn't do terrible, but he could have had a better performance. Let's just say he could have had a better performance. Could have been a little edgier. Could have been a little bit grittier. Now this was Jacob Fatu, the Samoan Werewolf. Jacob Fatu. This was his first match in the WWE. They talked that up quite a bit. They were trying to make that a point. And he did do well. He did do well. Randy hit him with a disaster DDT, I think, or what's it called? Rope DDT, anyway, where he thought, you know, look for the RKO afterwards, and he just popped right back up afterwards. That was kind of a bit of a shock to Orton, but it was a good spot in the match. Some decent spots in the match. The referee, let me tell you, he took a bump. He took a couple bumps. The first one wasn't so bad. It was just like a super kick or a clothesline sort of thing, whatever. That was fine. You know, he's laid out in the ring. There's no referee. Cody Rhodes hits the crossroads. There's no referee to count the three, right? That's all fine and dandy. And then the referee rolls out of the ring. He's kind of like pressed up against the ring post, and I believe it was Jacob Fatu kind of coming out of nowhere with a running like lariat or something, which I believe it was Randy Orton, maybe Cody Rhodes somebody got out of the way, and the referee just took the absolute brunt of that. It was a sandwich, and it looked pretty intense. So kudos on the ref for taking those bumps. Some do it better than others. If you remember back in the day, Earl Hebner, he couldn't bump worth a shit. He'd try. He'd be just kind of floating around like a fish. It was funny to watch, but they've come a long way. Let's just say. I do like what they're doing with the bloodline. It's kind of a good gimmick. It's a good storyline that they got going on. The whole, takeover, hostile takeover kind of thing of the bloodline, and working towards bring back the undisputed title to the bloodline. A couple weeks ago, Paul Heyman obviously was unceremoniously kicked out of the bloodline with a powerbomb through the table. And that was, I mean, one, it was pretty intense to see, you know, Paul Heyman. I'm not even sure how old Paul is. He's an older fella. He's good years are past him, let's just say. And to see him take a bump like that, it was pretty intense. Kudos on him as well for taking that. And yeah, that's just crazy. It's just crazy. But they're going good places. I like where they're going with this. Lots of emotion when Solo was in the ring. Anytime Solo was tagged into the ring, you heard the crowd chant "F you, Solo," all that jazz, right? So anytime you can get that kind of emotion from the crowd, it's always a good thing. One of the absolute best at doing that, um, and he didn't even try, is Dominic Mysterio. I'm going to throw that out there right now. Dominic Mysterio is universally hated by the WWE universe, and it absolutely does head and shoulders. Like it's the best thing for him. It is the best thing for him, especially with the gimmick that he's got going on. He couldn't ask for anything better. He couldn't. He really couldn't. So the way they got that playing out is really it's really funny with the Liv Morgan thing. I think that's going to go be a really good storyline if it continues. But back to the bloodline, it's heating up. Obviously, it seems like we're heading towards a civil war kind of thing. That could happen. Maybe even I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can't see it being SummerSlam because SummerSlam's kind of too close. Bad Blood, maybe. It's maybe. We know Roman is filming some different films and TV shows and stuff like that right now, and I'm sure he's going to be doing quite a bit of stuff between now and then. But hard to say. It's hard to say when he will be coming back, but it's almost a guarantee now. It's almost a guarantee that he will come back. And Rock come back. It's hard to say as well because we remember that The Rock was part of the bloodline for the WrestleMania lead up, right? Which was quite a pivotal role with the whole attacking Cody Rhodes, the belt, the Cody Crybabies, that whole thing, right? So moving down the line, we could see a Rock with Roman. We could see a Rock with Solo. It's hard to say which way that could go. Obviously, I'm going to assume, and I try not to do it a lot, but I'm going to assume that it will be Roman with the Usos, like a reuniting of the Usos, to be original bloodline to take on, the reincarnation of the bloodline. Would there be any defectors from the new version of the bloodline to the old blood? It's hard to say. It is hard to say. Right now they have 4 members. That would only make 3 members for Roman. If he had The Rock on his side, that would be 4. So it could go that way. It might go a different way. It's hard to say, but we are definitely heading towards a civil war in the bloodline. And I think that's going to be a good story to tell. I think it will be a good story to tell. It kind of, they needed something. They needed something to bring back Roman Reigns because look at, I don't know if you caught that there, the very start of the main event last night, they're chanting, "We want Roman." That was the chant that started out the main event of the night. "We want Roman, we want Roman." And then Solo got in the ring, and then it was "F you, Solo." But yeah, so that just goes to show you right there. They're building up the anticipation to have Roman come back and to deal with this bloodline issue, and they're just going to keep, fueling the fire here, fanning the flames, right? And they're going to get it to where we're almost, foaming at the mouth for Roman Reigns, and then we'll get what we asked for. It's kind of a, it might seem like a cheap way, but really it's storytelling, right? It's over time. It's not like this is just Roman Reigns at you. Here he is, right? They're telling it over months and months of time. So I think it's only going to get better. And I think it could play out. Maybe. I think Mania is too far. Like Mania seems to be too far, but it could play out at Mania. I hope sooner, but if not, it might play out at WrestleMania. It's hard to say. And if that is the case, it could very well be a Rock's bloodline versus Roman's bloodline. It could be because that whole Rock and Roman thing is still, it's still there. The main event for WrestleMania 40 that we didn't get, right? So we'll see. Bloodline. I'm very interested in that story. Also very interested in, like I said, the Liv Morgan Dominic thing. I'd like to see where that's going. We haven't seen Mommy in months. So Rhea Ripley, when she gets back and they start playing the back and forth kind of thing, I think it's going to heat up a lot more. I think we're going to see Dominic trying to be apologetic, trying to be this, trying to be that, and I'm going to, the ball's going to kind of roll downhill a little bit, and we'll see how that plays. The CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, that's really heating up. That's just you never know what's going to happen. Anytime you see CM Punk, anytime you see Drew McIntyre, you know something's going to go down. You pretty much know something's going down. So they're keeping it interesting, let's say. They're keeping it interesting with that. So that's what I think. That's my thoughts on that anyway. We got NXT Heatwave tonight. There's going to be, I think, Fatal 4-Way match for the NXT title. I'm not going to get a chance, I don't think, tonight to watch it, but hopefully I'll get a chance maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll watch that and see how that plays out. Maybe so. Appreciate everybody being here. This is the first episode of the Mustman Prophecies wrestling podcast. I hope I didn't bore you too much tonight. I hope we can take away something from this. It'll get better as we go. Like I said, we'll have graphics on screen. We'll have maybe some people stop in and chit chat with us. We'll see how it goes, right? And it can only get better. I don't think it can get much worse, can it? Can it get worse? I don't know. I'm not too sure. But
From within gaming.
There he is. Good to see you, bud.
Welcome to the stream, baby.
Appreciate everybody that stopped in to the pods here tonight.
I'm doing well.
I'm doing well. 58. Yeah, see, a 58-year-old man. Out of shape. Sorry, Paul, but you're out of shape. And you bumped through an announce table. Power bomb through an announce table, bro. Like, kudos to you. Kudos to you. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to give a shout out to our chat. Everybody that stopped in. We got Sith, Apple, appreciate you. 99 Midnight, appreciate you, my friend. Reef, good to see you, bud. Charlie sees all, I appreciate you for stopping in. Anthony, appreciate you. Christina, much love, my friend. Christopher Cox, thank you. Extreme.
Hand pink waving.
And from within.
I'm tired, ASL, LOL.
Yeah, I hear that, bro. I'm tired too, but ain't no rest for the wicked, they say. Ain't no rest for the wicked. So appreciate y'all being here for the wrestling podcast. We ran not quite an hour, about 45 minutes. I'm going to hope to run them roughly an hour. Just kind of feel like I'm rambling on a little bit here. Like I said, it's going to be better if I get some graphics up on the screen. Like I'll have some pictures from the match, and I'll kind of be able to talk about stuff and whatnot. But we're in progress. We'll get there. Appreciate you guys. And don't forget, where are we at here? Goldberg eats corn the long way. Don't forget. This has been the Mustman Prophecies with your host, Musty.